Do you know which words your cat actually understands when you talk to them? Most people assume their cat only responds to the sound of a treat bag or a can opening. But a groundbreaking study from Japan's Sophia University proved that cats learn and respond to specific words. These are words you use on a daily basis, showing a deeper understanding than previously thought.
And one of those words, the one almost every owner says wrong, might be slowly breaking your cat's trust.
This happens without you even knowing, impacting your bond with your feline companion. Let's start with the word they learned before anything else, the very first one. Have you ever called your cat's name and watched them look at you, blink once, and then walk the other direction? It's a common scenario that often leaves owners feeling ignored or misunderstood by their pets. You probably thought they didn't understand your call, assuming they simply didn't recognize their name. But they did. They absolutely did understand you, according to recent scientific findings.
In 2019, researcher Atsuko Saito and her team at Sophia University in Japan published a study.
This groundbreaking research changed everything we thought we knew about cats and their understanding of human language. They tested dozens of cats, observing their reactions to various auditory stimuli. Through meticulous observation, they found something truly remarkable about feline cognition. Cats can distinguish their own name from random words, even from words that sound almost identical. This indicates a sophisticated level of auditory processing and recognition in our feline friends.
So, if they understand, why don't they always come running when you call their name?
Because cats aren't wired to respond the way dogs are. Dogs were bred for obedience. Cats, on the other hand, were never born to obey commands in the same subservient manner. When your cat hears their name, they don't automatically react. They make a conscious choice. They weigh whether responding is worth their effort based on what usually happens next. If calling their name usually leads to something good like food, play, or affection, they're more likely to come. These positive associations reinforce the behavior, making them eager to engage with you. However, if it usually leads to something unpleasant like a bath or a vet visit, don't hold your breath. They will likely choose to ignore your call, prioritizing their comfort over your request. And that's what makes this so fascinating. Your cat knows exactly what you're saying. They just decide whether you're worth responding to at that particular moment. If your cat knows their own name, what else have they been quietly picking up about your world? The last word on this list might change the way you see your cat forever.
They know what no means.
Ever noticed how your cat freezes the second you say no, their movements halting instantly? Maybe they were on the counter, about to scratch the couch, or perhaps eyeing something precarious, or about to knock something off the table, a mischievous glint in their eyes. You said it once, firmly, and they stopped their activity immediately. So they clearly understood, right? Well, yes and no. Your cat absolutely learns what no means over time. They associate the sound with certain consequences. building a mental connection. But here's what most owners get wrong. Cats don't respond to the word the way you think they do. They respond to the tone, the volume, and the emotional charge behind your voice. That sharp, sudden sound creates a negative association, a sense of impending discomfort. Your cat learns that when that sound happens, something unpleasant or undesirable follows. So they stop, not because they respect the rule or your authority, but because they want to avoid the discomfort. It's a survival instinct, a learned response to a perceived threat or unpleasantness. And this is where it gets tricky. If you use no too often, too loudly, or at the wrong moments, your cat doesn't learn discipline or what is expected of them. They learn fear and anxiety. They start associating you with stress rather than comfort and safety. And over time, that changes everything about your relationship with them. They hide more, they flinch when you move too fast, and they stop coming to you when you call. Not because they forgot the bond you share, but because you accidentally rewired what your presence means to them. The owners who get the best results are the ones who use no sparingly and calmly. A short, firm tone, delivered without anger or excessive volume, is most effective. No yelling, no repeating it 5 times until you're both frustrated. One calm no, followed by redirecting them to something they can do instead. That's how you teach without breaking trust, fostering a positive and respectful relationship. And hey, if this is making you rethink every conversation you've ever had with your cat,
hit like and subscribe so we can share this with more cat owners.
owners who deserve to know what their cat actually hears and understands. What's the one word that makes your cat appear out of thin air, no matter where they are in the house? You already know the answer, don't you? It's the magical word, treat. You could whisper it from 3 rooms away, a mere murmur, and somehow your cat is already sitting at your feet, staring at you like they've been waiting all day for that very moment, full of anticipation. And this isn't just cute, it's science. Cats learn through something called classical conditioning.
It's the same process a scientist named Pavlov discovered over 100 years ago.
He noticed that dogs started drooling just from hearing a bell because they had learned that the bell meant food was coming. When a specific sound is consistently followed by the same positive outcome every single time, the brain builds a direct connection between the two. Sound equals food, no thinking required. It becomes an automatic, almost reflexive response, deeply ingrained in their behavior. And here's the funny part. Most owners don't even realize they train their cat to do this. You never sat down and ran vocabulary lessons with flashcards and repetition. You just said treat before giving them one, over and over, reinforcing the connection. And your cat did the rest, connecting the sound to the outcome faster than you'd expect.
Because food is the most powerful motivator in a cat's world, driving their quick responses.
But it goes even further than the word itself, extending to other sensory cues. Some cats start responding to the sound of the bag crinkling, the cabinet opening, or even your footsteps. They've built an entire chain of associations around that one moment, anticipating the reward.
The word is just the most obvious trigger in a complex system your cat built on their own. You know what else?
Oh,
They know your other cat's name,
they do.
and they're gonna use it.
Yes.
You're in trouble now.
Yep.
Meow? Told you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have more than one cat, have you ever said one of their names and noticed the other one react? Maybe they looked toward the cat you were calling, or perhaps glanced at the door their housemate usually walks through. You probably brushed it off as mere coincidence, a random occurrence. But it wasn't. In 2022, a research team led by Saho Takagi at Kyoto University in Japan published a study. This groundbreaking research stunned the animal behavior world with its surprising findings. They found that cats who live with other cats learn and recognize the names of their housemates. Not just the sound of the name, but the actual identity behind it. A remarkable cognitive feat. Here's how they proved it. They played a cat's name out loud while showing either the correct cat or a completely different cat on a screen. When the wrong cat appeared on the screen, the cats in the study stared longer. That longer stare is a well-known indicator in animal research, signifying surprise or confusion. It means something doesn't match what they expected, revealing their understanding of identity.